Hey guys, it has been a while since I've been on here. I took a hiatus from YouTube from like about January, and I finally feel that fuel to jump back in. I needed that time to kind of do some things for myself and recalibrate and explore some more. And yeah, I am back, and I'm back with like a new energy and a new focus, and really not new. I would say renewed focus and renewed energy. So let's just recap a little bit. Last year I was heavily focused in real estate. I didn't really talk that much about that on here, but if you follow me on social media, then you saw a little bit of that journey. And that was definitely a fun journey, something I plan to continue. But starting at the beginning of the year, I kind of started shifting back into the almost rat race energy about real estate. Like I had found something I loved, and I thought like, okay, now time to apply my usual, blueprint for success to this thing that I actually like. And that worked for a while. But then I felt just that pull to integrate the things I had learned about like rest and flow and building a holistic life and not just a business, and integrate them into what I was building over in real estate. And so that journey for this second part of the year has been a little intense, because when you're doing that, when you're recalibrating and kind of rebuilding almost from scratch or doing things differently, you have to take that time to reflect on things, to close some things out. Like there were definitely some relationships that I had to end, both, business wise, as well as, relationships I had with hustle and relationships I had with doing things a certain way and different things like that. A lot of grief, when you close something down, even if you're going into something that's much better and something that you're happy to go into, there will naturally be grief that comes, where essentially something's dying. Even maybe a part of you is dying. And so that was definitely tough. And that was something that I needed to go through offline. There was another thing, that I really wanted to do in that time was to give myself the gift of being open and vulnerable with my tribe offline, in person, in 3D, before I felt like, before showing back up online, essentially. And so, sorry, my washing machine is going off in the background, but whatever. And so that has definitely been an intense journey too, allowing people that I love and that love me to see me in process, especially as a person that is like, used to achieving and used to perfectionism and different things like that. That was definitely a process, but I feel like it has prepared me more for what I want to, do here, which is no longer focusing 100% on, like teaching and like, this end goal and like having all the answers, but more so giving myself more permission to just share in the journey. The part where I have the questions, the part where I'm in the between of experimenting and figuring out, as well as the part where I find the answer and go with that as well. And so just being able to show up authentically and share what the journey looks like and not just the destination. I mean, because what even is a destination? Is really what I would like to do here. And that's an energy that I've been shifting when it comes to real estate as well, because if you know anything about industries like real estate, there's a very linear path. There's a very almost like hustle based energy that buzzes around it. And there's nothing wrong with that for the people that it works for. But for me, my challenge has been integrating my philosophy and my outlook on and my needs from life into real estate, because it's something that I actually like. It's something that I definitely want to be a part of my life. And so I want to share that journey here, because it'll just be a way to express myself and share the journey. Like I don't even have an end like goal here. Like I'm not trying to like, have a certain amount of subscribers. I'm not even trying to say that, oh, like this is my main goal, watch me get to it. It's more like, hey, I'm going on this journey of all the holistic wellness things that I've learned, all the holistic life things that I have learned and that I have set forth as my standards for living, and integrating those into all parts of my life, including building a business and giving myself the freedom to be creative and show up in different ways. I'm still, doing vending events for my guided journal Restored and different things like that. I have actually taken, a couple organization clients recently, even though I had originally closed down that whole business. When I feel open to doing it, I'm open to doing it, because why not? Like, I think there can be this temptation to feel like you have to have one thing and figure it out immediately and have this well-packaged answer. And I was actually having this conversation with one of my younger cousins recently, especially when you're younger, like, right out of high school, right out of college, there's this temptation that you need to have this right answer, figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, and go climb that ladder and do the things in the path that has already been set for you. But, I mean, who said that? What did they say on, what was that, Real Housewives of Atlanta? Who said that? Like, that has been a norm, but it doesn't have to be your norm if that doesn't fit with how you're wired, if that doesn't fit with your vision for life. And so essentially I am in, Restored is the guided journal that I wrote and published last year. And the subtitle of it is to restore your identity, recover your rest, and renew your vision. I am in the renew my vision portion of this journey that I set out, where, okay, I just made that word, whatever. Where it is now time to renew the vision that I actually have for my life, and not all the things that have been the norm, or the things that, even getting into real estate, were shown to me as, well, this is what your goal should be, and this is, how you have to do things, But that took some exploration too. Like, it took me getting into the industry, trying some things out, trying some things on, to get to the place where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do it my way. And I've been doing it my way throughout a little bit, but to really be like, okay, there has to be a different way to do this. And I know there has to be, because I'm interested in it, and also I don't want to do it the hustle way. So we're going to figure out another way. And so I'm in that renew my vision, where I'm literally cultivating the life I've imagined day by day, essentially, moment by moment. It's not something where I have like the answer, but I want to give myself the freedom to continue to do things that light me up, and to make the money doing it, and to have fun and be in joy, and not racing to get to some finish line. And I know that for some people that's just not their philosophy on life, and that's okay. But instead of doing what I have been doing, which is trying to figure out, well, why am I like this? Am I broken? I'm giving myself permission to do it differently, and knowing that my way is not bad and their way is not bad. If that works for them, that works for them. If it doesn't work for me, it doesn't mean that, there's something wrong. It means that I owe it to myself to lean into this and, give myself that freedom to do it my way. So I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but whatever. I welcome you to join me on this journey of, cultivating the wealthy life, as I call it, one of abundant wealth, health, and fulfillment. And for me, what that looks like is building a full life, being able to make money, but not in the way that says by any means necessary, where it's team no sleep, and where you're not eating healthy, and where you're not spending time with people and all of that. Like, building a rich life is my goal every day. It's not something that I'm putting as a destination later. I have been working on things internally to filter my life through that moment by moment and day by day. And sometimes I don't get it right. Like, there are some moments when it's like, dang, I definitely got into hustle energy there. I definitely got into neglecting my health and things like that. But I'm able to recalibrate, because my values are my values, and using that filter helps me to realize when I'm out of alignment. And so, yeah, I welcome you to join me on this journey. I'm not even going to tell you all the things that I'm going to be sharing on here. I do know that I have this desire to kind of share reflections on the things that I read or listen to, so maybe we'll have a little bit of that. I desire to share with you, what's really happening in business. So I'll be sharing a little bit of that, not necessarily from a traditional perspective, maybe some of that, but, also just the general, like, what I'm learning as an entrepreneur in real time, what I'm cultivating as an entrepreneur in real time, as far as one who, like I said, is desiring to build a holistic life. And then some fun moments. Like, I'm definitely committed to joy and freedom and exploration and curiosity in this season, and really not this season, like in this era of my life and going forward. And so definitely sharing some of the fun moments too. But yeah, all of that to say, I am glad to be back here. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I am here as long as it's fun. I'm here as long as it's fulfilling. I am here as long as it feels aligned. And the moment where it doesn't anymore, I will take a step back. And I'm going to be honest about that, because I am not putting myself in any more boxes where it's like, hey, this has died, but I still got to stay here because I said that I would, you know? And so more on that later, because I've definitely had some experiences with that, you know, very recently. But yeah, I look forward to sharing this journey here, and whether it's 0 people watch or 100 people watch or 1 person watches, this is really just, you know, something that has been on my heart to do for a while that I just needed time to grow into, and give myself the space to do. And so welcome to this wealthy life journey. If you're on it with me, if you are, you know, subscribe to the Wealthy Life yourself, you know, building a life of wealth, health, and fulfillment for yourself, then check out my website, ravenepiphany.com. I have some t-shirts on there that you may enjoy. And if you're in the process of restoring your identity, recovering your rest, and or renewing your vision, then you can also head to my website and grab your copy of Restored, a Guided Journal. No, this isn't meant to be a sales page or anything like that, but I definitely will plug those things on a regular basis, because why not? I definitely believe in them. I stand by them. You know, I put my heart and soul into them. And so, you know, for anyone that can benefit or enjoy it, then why not? So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button if you did watch and you enjoyed it, all those things, you know. And I look forward to joining you guys again here when I feel like it again. Let's just be honest. Like, yeah. So talk to you soon. I am really looking forward to being a lot more open here and, yeah, sharing my heart and my journey in a more vulnerable way. So let's do it. Have a wonderful Wednesday.